Hello, hello, it's Mem-Cho. Hi, it's Memento, and I wanted to show you guys 3 cozy game demos that I am super looking forward to the full release of. 2 of them you might have seen featured here on the channel, but the final one I have yet to publicly talk about, and I played it through the other day and really enjoyed it. So I hope you will join me on my journey as I showcase 3 cozy demos that I, Mem-Cho, am looking forward to. And let's get into it. So this is a game called Tiny Bookshop. I've played this game on the channel before. I'm not going to spend too long on it, but I did want to feature it here. We're going to start the game. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of gameplay and tell you what's what. I love this. I love this game so much. Oh my gosh. I've legitimately played through this demo several times already. I'm looking forward to this game so much. So I'm going to walk you through the game really quickly. First things first, you have to open up your little bookshop. It is so heckin' cute. People are going to come by your bookshop, people are going to try out your books, and you will hopefully prosper. This time I actually moved my camera so you guys can see what the heck is happening over here. My, what a sight. You must be the new bookseller. Tilde's really a funny name to have for that. That's a little squiggly on your keyboard. I've heard so much about you. Who are you and why are you in my truck? Oh, how rude of me. I'm Tilde. I used to run the local bookstore here before my retirement. Lovely to meet you. I'm here to welcome you to our quaint little town. And because I thought you could use someone to show you the ropes around here. Let's see. You should know that us Bookstonians have very particular taste in books. I, for example, prefer to read classic and crime novels and not much else. So why don't I have a look at your selection and see if I can find something worthwhile? Look at all the books we have. Okay, so we have the right book on hand. When a customer finds the right book, they keep looking for more. If they don't find the right book, they leave. And it's actually really cool because every single book in here is a real book. They're not nonsense books. We didn't have the right one. Oh well. Oh yeah, we can see our sale chance. So crime, 26%, drama, 29%, etc. So yeah, we have a second person in who is able to find 2 books so far. I love how they stack. I love how you can see the exact genre through the colors up there as well as live here. Oh my gosh. Buy out my entire book. So this part of the day is a very calm part of the day. There's not a lot going on because in general you're just waiting for people to do stuff. You can't really do much during the day except have these little interactions. Here we're meeting Fern. I believe Fern is the one we were having a love affair. Yeah, we're having a love affair with Fern. It's fine. I might have made that up. I'm not really sure. But I've decided we're having a love affair with Fern. What made you come? And yeah, if there's not a love mechanic with Fern, I'm gonna be so sad. Look, Fern wants us. So basically, you continue throughout the day, and I have to say, of the things I love about the game, the mechanics are simple, yet so much thought has been put into them. The fact that all of these books are real books, that they've taken the time, and I'll show you later, to have descriptions of is incredible. The music is also lovely. The decorations, you get to decorate your shop as time goes on, and so much thought was put into this. Alright. Yeah, so we get to see the books in very review. We're able to see the weather and what it's going to look like. And upcoming events, obviously. And here's the money in our pocket and all the books in my shop. So we can go through our classified and we're able to actually buy some new stuff. We have 73 coins right now, so I can buy this basement bargain bin, which gave us a ton of books. And we could buy some cosmetics. No, I wanted to buy the other one. It's okay. And like I said, you can customize your shop. This is your inventory. We can click and drag. And these nice little dots tell us where we can put things. This gave us a boost. Hover over an item to see what it's doing and why it's doing it. And if we wanted to remove it, we could do that. Place something inside. Oh, and we can paint. Paint scraper. Ooh. The one thing I wish I could do is I want to paint the whole inside. But that's okay. I will live. Alright, we want that there. Let's go back to the outside. Get a table. And get my little book sign. Aha! And we can travel different places. The last thing you have to do is fill up your shelves with books, so you can click on each book and tap it in where you want it to be, and then you can also reorganize stuff. Don't do what I just did. Have to cycle genres. So yeah, if I wanted to, I could remove everything and just start from scratch too. Oh, I just discovered that I can just hold it down and do that. Oh, I may. Yeah. I think that looks lovely. I think that looks spaced out nicely. And then you just get to continue on. And honestly, the reason I'm looking forward to this game so much is because it is so exceptionally cozy. Like, I'm able to look around and pick up a buoy. I'm able to click on things and pet the dog. It is simplistic in nature, but also fully customizable. Later on in the game, you're able to suggest books. People are looking for specific things, and you can suggest a book that they want. And you have to go through and look at the descriptions of the books and actually try to recommend a book that they would enjoy. You really get to feel like a bookseller, but also you get to sit back and relax. The music is beautiful. This is a game that I want to play after a long day at work, and that's really what I look for in a cozy game. I look for something that's going to leave me relaxed. I feel the vibe of escaping to live by a seaside, and I'm like, wow, this is lovely. This is wonderful. This is what I want. And that's what Tiny Bookshop is really giving me. It's giving me an escape. It's giving me this fantasy life that I'm living. And it's something that I'm never going to run away and open my own bookstore. In real life, that doesn't appeal to me. In this fantasy land, it appeals to me so much. To see the lighthouse in the background, to have this tiny bookshop that I'm creating and buying books for, to be able to take in the ambiance of the world around me. To pet the dog. All of it is so lovely to have as this little runaway dream. And that's one of the big reasons I really want to play Tiny Bookshop. So, if I had to give this game some ratings, because that's part of what I want to do here, not only do I want to review the game, but I also want to give you, on a 5-point scale, how I feel about different aspects of the game. First off, the music. I think the music is a 4 out of 5. I think it fits the atmosphere very, very nicely. It doesn't have that special pizzazz to it, but I do think it fits and does exactly what I want it to do. In terms of accessibility, I actually had to go double check this because I hadn't messed with any of the settings. But you can do all sorts of things. With the game. You can skip the tutorial, pause the game when not in focus, hide effect percents for vibes. I thought that was all really interesting. Your display, you can play in different resolutions as well as windowed or full screen. There are a ton of audio settings, which I always really appreciate, especially as someone who records videos, because I need to balance my audio, not just for me, but for you guys watching as well. Graphics, I did love that you can do different sorts of graphics. Same with colors. You can change the colors of the books. This would be great if you're colorblind and some of these books, yeah, if some of these books are looking similar, you can change anything and everything about them. Let me not mess with it too much because I actually like how they are. But I thought that was really amazing. So if someone is colorblind, they can straight up have it so that they are able to see all the different colors distinctively and see it compared to the other books. You can change all your different controls and your camera speed. That's helpful too, because some people could get motion sick from how fast the camera might go to each side, especially since it kind of bounces a little bit. So accessibility, 5 out of 5. That is amazing. There is so much control over the game and so much that you can customize in a demo. Amazing. For mechanics, I'm going to say 4 out of 5. Sometimes they're a little clunky in my opinion, but overall I think they did a really good job. The aesthetic, 5 out of 5. Perfect aesthetic. Let me open my little bookshop as I venture out into the world, leaving everything behind. And last but not least, coziness. 5 out of 5. So cozy. Oh my goodness. I love how cozy this game is. I say this for a lot of the cozy games I play. This is a game that I would come home after a long day at work and I would open up and relax with, and that's important to me. I want to play a game that de-stresses me. I work a stressful job, so I want to play a game that's going to help calm me on a lot of those days when I've had a really rough day. This game, the music is very sensory friendly, I feel. I don't feel like the music would be overwhelming. It's simplistic in nature, yet also you can delve so deep into it because all of these are real books. And for that reason, the coziness factor has to be a 5 out of 5. And yeah, Tiny Bookshop is one of the games I am looking forward to the most. Then again, all 3 of these games that I am going to be showing you today are games I am highly anticipating and want to recommend to people genuinely. And with that being said, we're going to bid Tiny Bookshop farewell. And I'm going to show you the next game that I am anticipating this year. I forgot. I forgot that Urban Jungle, the next game I'm going to show you guys, actually has a second part to their demo. We're actually meeting a character, and that's so cool. So this is my first look at the second part of Urban Jungle. Well done, sweetie. You finally started studying. Congratulations on your first A. Oh, that must be our brother. Ha! That's your first A this year. You deserve a gift. That's your first house plans. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh, stick out my tongue at my brother. Ready, ready? Oh my god, they added story. And the stretching got improved. Oh. Oh. Oh my gosh. So, Urban Jungle is the next game on my list. I'm sorry, I got so excited about there being a part 2 to the demo and having a character that I'm meeting that, like, I really got so genuinely excited because I forgot they did that. This game I have enjoyed so much. Again, I played the demo for this and loved it. This is like my dream game. Metaphire. There we go. Haha! So in this game, you have a bunch of plants that you are making a room for in your home. Oh my god, look at that! We get to unbox our... Oh, I love this little unpacking element. Unpacking is a game I love, and having this little amount of customization is honestly so nice. Click on the plus to receive the plans. Oh, they really redid a lot of this. I'm gonna make a cactus. I think I get both. Yeah. So, when you play this game, you essentially have these plants, and in this bottom corner here, you're able to see that these plants, a cactus needs light and doesn't need humidity. So that would lead you to putting it by a lamp, but not by the humidifier. Meanwhile, the succulent does not need light, does not need humidity, so I want my succulent to be over here. And as you go on, you build up your plants little by little, and you have little challenges in the corner. So move the plate and cup to the desk. Here's the cup, here's the plate, and here's the cup. That gets me 2 more of my little flower points. Buying a skin for any plants. I don't believe I can do that yet. That's how much to the next room. They redid a lot of this, and I think it's so beautiful. Alright, so this is another new one. Needs light, but doesn't need humidity. Oh, it's clipping a little. And I gotta pet the cat! That's the only thing. Buy a skin. If you click right mouse button or B while holding a plant, the plant will go to inventory. Okay. Well, there's my inventory. Cool. Oh! Oh, these are the skins. Duh. Okay, we're fine. Let's get a cactus. And there we go. So you need light. Doesn't need light, but you need humidity. And another cactus. Complete the task to gain lilies. Yeah. Oh, I love my succulents. Don't mind me and my succulents. So the thing I love about this game is I'm not good with plants. I'm in fact terrible with plants. So playing a game like this allows me to live my best plant mom lifestyle without having to worry about accidentally killing every plant I touch. I have nothing but good things to say. I love this game so much. I love how I can move around everything. I can decorate the room to my heart's content and have all of these beautiful plants in there that I can work hard to create a space for them to flourish, and I can just enjoy my time and slowly getting to know the character. This is how I felt the first time I played through it, and some opinions about what I saw this time. First of all, the controls, I said 3.5. I think I should bump that up to a 4. It feels a lot smoother in the second playthrough than it did the first time. I had less issues with clipping, which is really cool that they did all that, and it felt a bit more fluid this time, even if some of the left mouse button and right mouse button gets a little confusing, but I like how they have inputs for controller built in too. In terms of accessibility, right now there's not a lot. The music feels a little loud to me. I'm gonna hope it's not too loud in this recording. There's not much that you can change around right now, but this is still a demo. I think it is very nice that they have stuff for sound. I think sound is a big one, especially when you're recording something. And I do like that it clearly has keyboard and controller support. So I'm gonna say for accessibility, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5, only because there's not much you can do. You can't play it in windowed mode or anything like that. But again, this is a demo. They are offering what I would consider the most important forms of accessibility, which is sound control, and they very clearly show mouse control, like keyboard and mouse controls, in addition to controller controls. and I think that's really important. For the directions, 4 out of 5. I think it gives clear and concise directions. I think sometimes reading left mouse button versus right mouse button, I don't know about you guys, but I get confused when I read that sometimes. That might be a me skill issue, and I am fully willing to understand that. I believe that the controls become very simple after about the first room, but it takes me a second to get into them, and that's the only reason it's like a 4 and not a 5. And then coziness factor, 5 out of 5. This game is everything to me. I need this game. I am looking forward to this game so much. Having a second playable demo before release, that's such a treat. That's such a treat to discover. And as soon as I finish recording this video, I'm going to go play through it. That's how excited I am. I cannot wait for Urban Jungle to come out and to see what the full game has in store. And also now seeing that there's story to go along with it, having that little bit of character interaction, I am so excited to get to know the people surrounding the player character. We've now met the little brother, we've met the mom. I can't wait to see who we meet throughout the rest of the game. And that's why this game is on my list of most anticipated games. And now, for my final one. Alright, and the last demo on my list is Tell Me Your Story. I saw this recommended and went to give it a try, and I was blown away with how much thought had gone into it. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of gameplay because I don't have a video I can refer you back to. So I am going to show you a little bit extra because Tiny Bookshop and Urban Jungle, I have both done reviews on their own on my YouTube. This is the first game that I have not done a review for. Oh, let's turn that down a little. That was aggressive. Main menu. Oh, I forgot it reset. Okay. So the one downside is it will reset everything every time I boot up the game. So give me a second. Okay. It didn't mess up my settings too badly. Because I do find it's a little aggressive when I tap things. But yeah, Tell Me Your Story is beautiful. The aesthetic of this is beautiful. So I am going to show a little bit of gameplay. At its core, it's a puzzle game. You have to figure it out. I do like how I can get 3 different hints. I can reset puzzles, or I can quit to the main menu. But other than that, it's not telling me anything. So I've played this through once, so I know how all these puzzles work. But the first puzzle was clearing the vines. As you guys might have seen, and as you saw just now, that pot wiggled. So that was kind of cluing me in that, hey, that's what I need to be doing. I need to mess with the pots. Alright. So you solve this puzzle pretty simply. It's just moving things about. And you'll see when things can't move. That can't move. So I know that I need to stack on top of it. This one can move, so I know that that's not going to be the bottom box. But, oh, that one is. It's a simplistic game, but I think that's one of the best things. And actually, you can see it. The ones that don't move are marked. I just noticed that, actually. Like, low-key, I'm still learning things about this game. So we solved that puzzle, and now we're able to get our little journal. And go inside. You kind of sometimes just have to click around. It is not always obvious what you need to do, and that's why they have the hints. The story has nothing written. It's all scribbles and then a few picture symbols. Alright, so this is the last one I'm going to show you guys before I talk about it. So we have all this stuff, and we have to figure out what we're doing. The puppy's so cute. Okay, we have a bowl. And you'll see when it clicks into place. Like, you'll see that, obviously, I can't put them anywhere that isn't correct. So that makes it pretty clear. Aww. Okay. Okay, that's not what I need to be doing yet. Oh, I made it so the doggy would sleep. And now I have things I can put away on my shelves. It's a beautiful game with puzzles that require organizing and also puzzles that require journeying. When you get to the grandmother's story, you're actually journeying on through one of her travels. And you collect stickers every single time. Oh, I lied. This is the last one I'm going to show you guys because I really liked this one. It took a second to figure out because I was like, okay, what am I doing? Like, do I just need to take everything out of the bag? But as I experimented, it got more clear what I was trying to accomplish in this puzzle. Again, that I just did by accident. Those two match together. These two match together. Okay, so we want our socks to be together. Probably want our shoes to be together. This ointment. I will put all my toiletries in there. Perfect. A pencil goes with a notebook. Photos go with a camera. They're simplistic puzzles that make sense. In my opinion, sometimes they go from too simple to too complicated, and there doesn't seem to be build-up. But that's really been the only thing that I found to be a flaw within this game is I can go from the easiest puzzle where I need to drag some ferns away to a hard puzzle where I'm like, what am I doing? And had to use a hint. Alright, I'm going to... I keep saying it's the last one, but these are all so cute. As I paint her face, I'll talk about it a little. I saw this game as I was scrolling through, and I was like, wow, this looks like a really cute game. I want to try it out. And I fell so in love with how the game plays and how it tells a story. This little girl just over here being creative, painting her face, is so charming. It's so charming to get to do it differently each time. And I really did enjoy playing through these puzzles and learning the story. And one of the things I really liked is that this can be endlessly played. You could create story after story after story for this game. The first story we see is this little girl going to visit her grandmother. The second story we see is the grandmother in her youth going on an adventure in another country. You could tell endless tales. You could have a tale of the grandmother's best friend. You could have a tale of this little girl growing up and having, like, meeting her husband and the adventures that he went on as a child. You could have the adventures they went on together. You could have their honeymoon. You could have them having children and a young child growing up. There are endless stories that can be told through this style, and this game can continue to grow ad infinitum, essentially. Every story has another story connected to it, and that's one of the things I really loved about this. And I did actually have a few ratings for the game and wanted to talk about it a little. First of all, the music is a 4 out of 5 for this. I think the music is beautiful. I think the music really sets a tone. I think it feels a little repetitive at times. So that might just be personally for me. I want a little more variation to it. But I think it's good music that adds to the aesthetic of the game. The puzzles are a 4.5 out of 5, and I think that's only because the puzzles can range from really hard to really easy, and you can go from the easiest puzzle to the hardest puzzle or vice versa. It doesn't build to anything. I think that's the only That's the only issue I ended up having with it. But other than that, the puzzles are all creative. The puzzles, I do like that there are simple puzzles. I like that there are complicated puzzles. And I can't wait to see what other puzzles there are. Accessibility, I'm going to say 4 out of 5. And that's only because there isn't that much you can do now. You can change the screen resolution. And I do like that the music and the sound effects are both on different levels. So it does hit the most important, in my opinion, boxes. But I do think that there are other elements that are important for games to include as well, and accessibility is very important for a game to have. The directions. So that's a complicated one to do because in theory, there are no directions. The game has no directions in it. The game has no words in it, really. But I am going to say 4 out of 5 because I do like that even though there are no directions, you're able to choose 3 hints. I also like that if a certain amount of time passes, the first object you need will vibrate to give you a hint. So it's a built-in hint system. So I do feel that there are no directions, but the game does not lack direction. It has direction built into it, even if words are not being used. And lastly, the coziness. Much like the other 2 games I've looked at today, the coziness is a 5 out of 5. This game is so relaxing to me. I love that I can come home and solve my little puzzles, hear the stories of these characters, and feel a connection to them. I feel connected to this little girl and to her grandmother. I think that it's beautiful to hear their stories through these games. I love that there's so much potential to do so much with this story that you are not limited to whatever is already here. You can build upon each and every story and introduce new characters. Every time I hear a story, I can meet a new character in that story and then hear their story. And I think that's really beautiful. It is a 5 out of 5, 100%. I really genuinely recommend this game. Tiny Bookshop, Urban Jungle, and Tell Me Your Story are 3 cozy games that I am highly anticipating the release of. I played the demos for them and fell in love with them. I think they are beautifully done. They are beautifully scored. There is so much heart put into these 3 games, and that's why I recommend them. I recommend checking out the demos. They're all free demos. And wishlist the games. Put them on your wish list. They are all 3 on my wish list. I cannot wait for them to release, and I will make sure to include links to the games and any info I might have on potential release dates in the video description down below. And if you like this video, I hope you will consider giving it a like, leaving a nice little comment, and subscribing, because I plan on doing more game reviews and also more videos like this where I sit down and I pick some of my favorite games to share with you guys, whether I've done a big review on them like I have Urban Jungle and Tiny Bookshop, or whether I have yet to do a video review on them but knew that I wanted to share them on more than just my other social media. I wanted to highlight them here too. So I hope you will consider sticking with me for that journey. And with that being said, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye!